It's not about Bitcoin only, it's so much more. And that's, let's say, the underlying technology of blockchain is the most interesting thing, and which could be very revolutionizing in the next years.
Susanne, hi, I'm so happy to have you on Ledger Nation to talk about your career in blockchain. Welcome.
Hey Maria, nice to meet you again.
So Susanne, let's talk about your career. You come from the traditional banking industry, you worked in banking for several years, and now you work at Finoa, a company that offers crypto custody. Can you tell us what sparked your interest into blockchain? What sparked your interest to change careers?
Yeah, very interesting question. First of all, it has been let's say, a process. So yeah, might have been a bit random, more or less, that friends told me about Bitcoin back then. And I was like, okay, what is that about? I started like a little bit of researching, was very skeptical at the very beginning, as I couldn't really grasp the value of it and where it comes from, and yeah, what additional value it should bring. And I didn't stop researching and went further down the rabbit hole and explored, besides the white paper, several further, like, let's say, advantages of Bitcoin as one specific use case, and also realized that it's not about Bitcoin only, it's so much more, and that, let's say, the underlying technology of blockchain is the most interesting thing, and which could be very revolutionizing in the next years. And that basically was the kickoff for a longer journey and process, where I started educating myself. Also decided to move on a more structured program from Frankfurt School of Finance, which is called DLT Talents Program. They really help to structure the knowledge, get to know the different angles and fundamentals of blockchain, and several use cases. And that helped me very, very much to get an idea, what is that all about, and how could that fit into a future financial system as well.
You used to work in banking, and then you decided to move to actually a fintech in Germany. How did you actually find your job, and how did you decide to start working for a fintech in blockchain?
I got an idea how revolutionizing that blockchain technology is, and that especially in the finance world, that there will be something happening, and already is happening. And back then I thought, like, okay, I can either try to change something within the bank, look out for the research and development departments, be involved in the innovative labs and all the other departments, you name it, or look out into that wonderful startup world out there, being involved, having a impact on a smaller company, help to grow them, really make a change, and also challenge myself and step out of the, let's say, more or less comfortable traditional finance world, where I was an expert into a complete new world with different challenges, but a lot of opportunities. At the very beginning, I just looked around a little bit. I first thought about entering the venture capital space and getting exposure to interesting companies through that angle. And throughout that process, and speaking to several people, I got introduced to Finoa. I haven't heard about them before, but they really raised my interest. So I talked to a few people there as well. Also the co-founders, who really brought the idea to me, what Finoa is doing and how they revolutionize the cryptocurrency and custody business. Yeah, they convinced me also from their attitude, how they run their company, what visions they have. And that was basically the main reasons why I then decided for Finoa.
I think this is so important, to believe in the story, to believe in the vision, to get a good connection to the founders and be on the same level with them. And then you just feel like you belong to the company. So it's wonderful that you found that for yourself. Can you tell us now what you actually do at Finoa?
My position itself is called account manager. I'm heading the account management team. So we care about our existing clients, which are, let's say, big institutional clients out there. So it's asset managers, banks, it could be venture capital funds, whatever, let's say, institution you can imagine who holds crypto could be one of our potential clients or is already a client. And we work with them that they develop further in how they manage at the moment their crypto assets, but also get the right exposure to the DeFi services out there. Yeah, in that position, I also have the chance to, on one hand, bridge the traditional financial world where I'm coming from, so speaking their language, knowing about the challenges, but also having the input from the crypto specific ecosystem and bring that together.
Okay, so Finoa, from what I know, is a company that offers crypto custody. So basically a technical solution for crypto custody. But what you're saying, you're basically helping traditional banks also to take advantage of DeFi protocols, I guess, or DeFi financial services. Can you explain a little bit more what that means?
Yeah, Finoa's core product is custody, which means in easy words, we keep their crypto assets, their digital assets safe, and which is very important for an institution out there, that they can manage their cryptos, right? That it's not only safe, but they can manage them within their, let's say, company specific setup. But also getting the exposure to the before mentioned DeFi financial services. For instance, with staking, we have these proof of stake protocols, and we enable them to participate in these consensus mechanisms through staking, get it connected to our staking partners out there, but also offering options to trade through OTC partnerships.
And you mentioned the DLT Talents program where you participated. I think education in blockchain is extremely important if you want to stay in the space, because just reading Twitter and the news, in my opinion, is not enough. It's also important to really understand the core technology, to understand the use cases and applications of the blockchain technology. Can you recommend, besides the DLT Talents program, any other source of education that you are using, maybe an online course or anything else that in a way that you are educating yourself?
I mean, that also really depends. A few, let's say, base layer protocols have their academies out there where you can get access to really protocol specific education, whether it is from, let's say, the developer angle or also more from a product development angle. But other than this, I also participated in a DLT and blockchain manager program from the Technical University of Munich.
Okay, great.
So that's also something I can highly recommend, because they have a bit of a different focus than the Frankfurt School of Finance Blockchain Center has. They're looking into a different use cases also from the industry perspective. That's another program I really enjoyed and really can recommend.
And Susanne, how would you go about looking for a job in the blockchain space? Now, if someone is watching and is looking for a job, what would you advise this person?
Yeah, I think there's many job postings out there. On the other hand, and that's how I did it, I'll got connected to the people in the blockchain ecosystem. I used LinkedIn quite a lot to find the right people with interesting profiles, and just started talking to them to get an idea what they are working in and working on, and also get like different views on different topics. And then it's more like you come from one to another, and that really helps to find out what's the thing you want to do. And it also helps you to perhaps find the right company and the right people. And mentioning the right people, I think that's, for me, the most important fact. It's not only the company and the business model you should look for, or the specific job advertisement. It's also the people within that company who make it special every day.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you so much, Susanne, for telling us your story and for giving some advice to find career in blockchain.
Thanks a lot as well.